Number 13, Jackson Bunker. Number 15, Caleb Morrison. Number 21, Brendan Fish. Number 52, Kyle Tritt. Number 64.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fuller Digital Solutions, St. Mary's Hawks football. I'm Ryan Hayek, and joining me tonight, to my right, is former head coach Zach Arnold again. Also with us tonight, running the camera, will be Jim Wesselman. Tonight's matchup will feature the 2-0 Hawks of Remsen and the 0-2 Eagles of Siouxland Christian. Hawks have never lost to the Eagles coming into tonight's matchup. Coaching in tonight's matchup will be head coach Tim Osterman for the Hawks in his third year, and coach Scoop Lattimore entering his first year for the Eagles. I spoke with Osterman this morning. Offensively, he wants to focus on continuing to sharpen their tools, continue to tackle better defensively. Coach Arnold, I know on paper this is about as lopsided as it can get. On paper, that's why we play the games. But as a former coach, how do you prepare coming into a game like this, being so lopsided on paper?
That's a good question, Ryan. And it's tough, especially with St. Mary's. You know, they've had such great success the last how many years, and I think we talked earlier today. They've lost, one game going on 3 years. So, as a coach, I think you go in there and you want to run your offense and not worry about these big plays that break out. But when you're running a passing play. Is the passing play developing properly? Are you hitting the right guy? And then with your running, same concept. Make sure your linemen are getting the right spots and your second level blocking. And then, like you kind of said with tackling, shoring up your defense and making sure the scheme's looking good. Just as good as you can to come out here and get a W. Yeah,
we'll find out how many tools got sharpened this week for the Hawks. The Hawks are going to kick off here. We're about 60 degrees here in Sioux City, Iowa. It's beautiful out here, Coach Arnold.
Oh, it's getting close to football weather, man.
Jackson Bunkers to kick off.
If only it were 30 degrees.
Week 3 is on our way, and Jackson's going to quick kick it. It's returnable. Eagles are going to take it to the 25, and he's going to get tackled by Jackson Bunkers right about the 30-yard line, just shy. So nice return there for the Eagles. I talked to the Coach Lattimore this afternoon. First year in the program. He's former coach at Lawton Bronson. They did a lot of the O-line work there, and just kind of changing the culture here. And he knows it's going to be a slow process, but he's preaching to these players, just do the little things right here, and big things will happen. So
absolutely, and you can't come into this game being afraid of St. Mary's. You really have to take the fight to these guys because they're going to come at you. They have all the momentum, so you got to be willing to get in there and fight.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. A handoff to the right side. That's Wing on the carry, and he's going to get tackled for a loss. That's going to be Brennan Fish and Ty Tritz on the tackle.
Nice play by Tritz there. Kept his hands up and got his shoulder to the outside and was able to stretch that play out and make a nice tackle in the backfield.
The starting D-line for the Hawks will be at nose guard Poppy Groper, and at the right end will be Nate Britt, and then Ty Tritz will be on the left side. Brennan Fish and Ortman at the outside linebackers. Middle linebacker Jackson Bunkers in the two corners, Alex Schrader and Ryan Willman. So the Eagles 2nd and 11. Quarterback has confusion in the backfield. Slips Jack Kale's tackle and gets it to about the original line of scrimmage. So nice job by the Hawks flying through the ball right away. And that was Bielenberg on the tackle. Jed, he's got a brother named Judah on the team. So 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what they come out and do here, Ryan, on 3rd and 10, backed up in their territory, what their mindset is on this series, essentially, if they're going to be willing to punt right away or try to make something happen with a special play.
Yeah, so many times, Coach, we see other coaches, with the lopsided, they just play not to lose big. You got to go out and really attack it. Like, you got nothing to lose. Go get this first down. So, draws back to pass. He's going to scramble, call his own number, and he's going to pick up a few, but still going to be well short of the first down. That was a nice scramble by Bielenberg. The Hawks got some pressure, but lost contain of them. I know that's been something Coach Osterman knows he hates to see, is losing contain on the quarterbacks.
Right. It actually helps, if you force a throw there a little bit. I mean, granted, as a coach, you're kind of biting your nails because you don't want to see them convert. But it kind of gets you an opportunity to check and see how your secondary is performing and if they're getting to the right spots, depending on if it's zone or man coverage or not.
So we'll see our first punt tonight. And it's a nice spiraling kick, and Schrader's going to get a chance to return. He's going to take it to the far side and make two guys miss. Keeps cutting it, and he's still on the run. And finally gets tackled across midfield into the Eagle territory. So nice return by Schrader, about a 20-yard return. Boy, he's one of the backs that's just shifty, isn't he?
He is, Coach, and I was just thinking about that, how elusive he is. He's like a Swiss Army knife out there, man, because he really can play so many different positions because he's a strong guy for, his stature, and he's very quick.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to bring down. The Hawks are going to take over 1st and 10 in the Eagles territory. A gun T formation. It's going to be a handoff to Schrader right up the middle. Finally gets touched after about 12 yards. Picks up about 14 on the carry. So a good first start by the Hawks.
Yeah, in a game like this too, Ryan, just as a coach, when you're on defense, if I'm Siouxland Christian, I want to kind of pick and choose my battles, and I want to decide how I'm going to let them beat me if they're going to beat me. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be able to run and pass and scramble. I want to make them choose the poison I want them to take.
Absolutely. We got a offsides, and that's never good when you're facing a good team. Don't give a good team free yards, and that's exactly what the Eagles did here on 1st and 10. Going to make it 1st and 5 now with Fish and Schrader next to Ortman in the backfield. And Ortman's going to run option to the near side. Pitches this to Schrader. Schrader makes a couple guys miss, and he gets tackled by Bielenberg. So nice job by the Eagles there. I think Schrader just got back to the line of scrimmage. Going to make it 2nd and 5 for the Hawks. So what, the Eagles were flowing nicely there defensively.
Yeah, they moved well there, and like you said before, I mean the game 2nd and 5 when it could have been 2nd and 10. Mistakes like that do add up.
So we got two receivers to the far side. Ortman's going to drop back to pass, find a wide open Willman receiver in the slot position. He makes a couple guys miss, and he's going to pick up enough for the first down, gain about 15 on the play. It'll be 1st and goal for the Hawks.
Yeah, Ryan, and right there's a good example too, as you well know, we were running offense there. That you could tell the timing on that route. They had practiced that a lot. They knew it was going to be open. Plays like that are the ones you want to focus on because it shows you that your scheme's working, and you can go to the spots you want to go to.
The Fish on the motion. He's going to get the handoff. He's got big 44 ahead of him, and he's going to walk in the end zone for a Hawk touchdown. So Brennan Fish picks up the first touchdown of the night on a 6-yard carry. So nice job by the Hawks, marched 39 yards down the field. That'll be Fish's 6th touchdown on the early season.
Yeah, he's been in there quite a bit the first couple of games.
So the Hawks are going to line up for 1 point. Snap good, hold good, kick is good. So it's Remsen St. Mary's Hawks 7, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. We're at 7:21 left here in the first quarter. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
family has been providing trusted funerals since 1943, when Joseph and Adele Fish bought Remsen's only funeral home. Beginning in 1976, Joe's son Joel and his wife Jean continued the tradition of being a family-owned and operated business. In 2009, David and Elizabeth Fish carried the family tradition into the future and now offer monuments. The Fish family is honored to assist you in your time of need, offering care and compassion. Fish Funeral Home and Monuments in Remsen, our family serving your family since 1943.
All right, welcome back to Hawk Football, Week 3. Got Coach Arnold with me tonight and Jim Wesselman on the camera. They call us the Big Three. Is that what they call us? Is that what?
Dream team.
The Dream Team. Jackson Bunkers to kick off. This one's going to be a little bit better kick. And the Eagles going to get a chance to return. He comes to the near side here and breaks one tackle. A flag's on the play, but he's going to get across the 20 to the 24-yard line. We'll see what the flag's about. That was Lynham on the return.
I think they're going to call a face mask here, Ryan.
Face mask?
I think so. Oh.
And it's going to be holding. You're 0 for 1 on the season,
I'm 0 for
Coach.
1. I was right once last week, man.
Oh, okay. 1 for 2. Okay, I'll give you that. Let me just mark that in my notes for next week.
I was thrown off there. One of the Siouxland players was clapping nice. By how the ball carrier was jerked, I thought maybe the defender got some face mask.
So early on in the game, Siouxland Christian, we talked about being the big underdog here, and already 2 penalties, given to the Hawks, getting free yards with the offense, and then backing them up here for defense. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Drops back to pass. He's going to pump it once, throw it, and no receiver there, and that's going to be incomplete. It was intended to Bielenberg. That was Jeremiah Lynham at QB, a junior. Going to be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
And as a defensive coach, you kind of liked how that worked out, where he was staying in the pocket, and you gave him a chance to complete a pass because you can see what your coverage looks like, and also get the defensive guys in the line. They're staying home and being responsible, not just bull rushing.
Yeah, he had some time in the pocket, and this Siouxland Christian, they're going to play a few quarterbacks as they've done the last couple games. So 2nd and 10 here. They just want to try to find a groove here. Drops back to pass. He's got some pressure. Now he's trying to get rid of the pocket, but he's going to be sacked by Britt. And he kept the ball. So big sack for the Hawks defense. That was Britt and Poppy on the tackle. We talked about this last week with Britt, man. This is a senior that's going to bring in a lot of good games this year. I mean, he was quiet his freshman through junior year. He got hurt in the Don Bosco game last year, one play. So,
but you can tell he wants to be out there. He's always
been
a
hardworking
guy at practice, and now he's got a chance to be out there, and he's
taking advantage of it. Yeah,
for
sure. So 3rd and long here for the Eagles. And they're going to call it to the far side and try to run and get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like Braxton Knipe on the tackle. So nice job by Knipe, the young sophomore for the Hawks.
Yeah, they seem to be struggling on offense, Ryan, to kind of seal that edge on those, sweep plays they're trying to run, or if that's by design or not. But you may have to work it back inside to try to throw the Hawks off a little bit, because right now, side to side, they're just moving way too fast for them.
There's a lot of speed on this Hawk defense, as you know, and it's hard to get east and west on this defense.
Right.
So punting formation, it's going to get blocked in the end zone and recovered by the Hawks. That might be a Hawk touchdown. It is. It's going to be Jackson Bunkers on the recovery.
And I like that call there by Coach Osterman. They haven't been aggressive on going after punts so far this year, as far as I can have told. And, you got a team backed up down there. You already are going to have good field position if he gets the punt off. Doesn't hurt anything to go after it. So right. I like that play call a lot.
Yeah, I think it was Coink on the block and Jackson on the recovery. So nice job by the Hawks defense scoring some points. So the Hawks going to line up for an extra point. Snap good, hold good. Kick is blocked. So the Eagles blocked the extra point, making the score Remsen St. Mary's Hawks 13, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. 5:44 left in the first quarter. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. This is Hawk Football.
Gangler Feed Service in Remsen is your complete farm store. We feed all farm species, and we're a Hubbard, Kent, and big game dealer. Whether it's sprayers, grain banking, corn drying, or feeding your animals, we're your complete farm store, and service is our business. Gangler Feed Service in Remsen. Call them at 786-2234 or stop in and see them. Service is our business at Gangler Feed Store, Remsen.
All right, we're back with Hawk Football here in Sioux City, Iowa. Probably technically Leeds, right, Coach?
Yes, Leeds.
Night. And Jackson on the kick. It's going to be a little squibbler here. It's going to get past the back guys, and now the return's on, and he's going to be tackled just across the 5-yard line. That was Wing on the return. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles here. We'll see what they do here in the third possession.
Coach, as an offensive guy here, what are you trying to do if you're Siouxland Christian?
I think you just got to try to get positive yards. So whatever your favorite play is that can get positive yards, this is what you want to do here. And they're going to run to the outside again. This time he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, there's a bunch of Hawks there.
Yeah, I haven't seen them pull a lot on film, Ryan, when I watched them, Siouxland Christian, and that may be just because they haven't worked on it a lot or they don't have a lot of plays they like out of a pull. But right now, if you can't get that edge, boy, if you can find a way to trap them and get back inside with that quarterback, run some things inside zone type runs, that'll kind of make that defense honor that a little bit and not just be able to fly to the boundary like they have been.
And we always said good aggressive defense, some way to slow that down is some screens.
Right, absolutely.
So 2nd and 12 for the Eagles. Fake the handoff. He's going to go up the middle and get met by a bunch of Hawks there. Looked like Groper and Fish leading the way on the tackle there. I know Coach Osterman wanted to see a lot of guys flying to the ball and better tackling. And so far, the first quarter here, we're seeing that. So
absolutely.
The Eagles are going to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors. This is Hawk Football.
At Happy Siesta Healthcare Center in Remsen, Iowa, we strive to provide a comfortable home away from home, whether your needs are for long-term care or rehab to home. Regardless of your level of care, our mission is to provide you and your loved ones with quality, compassionate care in your time of need. And outpatient therapy is available with Remsen Rehab, located inside Happy Siesta. And Happy Siesta Healthcare Center is always looking for quality employees, so contact us if you'd like to work here. Happy Siesta Healthcare Center, Remsen.
Welcome back to Hawk Football. Thanks again to all of our sponsors that make this possible. This is a pretty cool feature for grandparents or family out of state to be able to tune in and watch family members or just alumni, that are tuning in. So pretty cool stuff that Fuller Digital does here. So
Yeah, big time. This is huge for the pro. Just for, like you said, building a fan base and your people that can't make the games. They live out of state, and they do a good job putting it on.
So 3rd and long here for the Eagles. We'll see what they draw up after a timeout. Well, the Hawks look like they're in a zone defense. So they're going to fake the snap and do an end around and run up the middle, and they're just going to get some positive yards for the Eagles. Maybe one. That was Bielenberg on the carry. So 4th and 11 for the Eagles. Well, we'll see if Coach Osterman comes after the punt again or lets him kick it.
I heard a coach say punt block. I wasn't sure if that was Siouxland calling for punt block protection or if that was St. Mary's calling for an actual punt block. But we'll look how they line up here.
Yeah. Schrader looks like he's going to be the return man. The Eagles rushing on there to get 8 on the field. Snap is good. He's got a nice punt, but it's in bounce. Nice Eagle bounce to the midfield across it. So that was a nice job by the Eagles there. 3:11 here left in the first quarter. Hawks are going to take over in their second possession right at midfield. So Hawks are going to open up with the gun T formation. And they're going to hand off to Alex. Alex is going to cut it back up in the middle. And he's going to pick up 6 yards.
Good push by the line there up front. And I saw Brennan Fish taking his block, 10 yards after the ball carrier actually went down. So you like to see that, go out there and make those aggressive plays like that.
Yeah, so far the kids look like those tools are well sharpened tonight. I know Osterman wanted to see a nice clean game. We got 4 wide here for 2nd and 4. Ortman's going to drop back to pass. He's had some pressure. Throws it to Knipe here on the near side. Knipe's going to make one guy miss, run over another guy and get tackled right at the 15-yard line. So Eagles get great pressure in Ortman's face, but a great throw to Knipe across the middle.
Yeah, that defender kind of made himself small and got through that near side A gap and was able to get right on Cale. But again, you could see that play, Braxton was right where he needed to be when the ball was thrown, so they've definitely been working on that.
So nice pitch and catch, Ortman to Knipe. So Ortman going to be alone in the pocket. Motioning Fish. Hand off to Fish. Ty Tritz in the front of him. It has one great tackle, and then Fish gets tackled after about a 5-yard pickup. So there's nothing wrong with them plays.
No, they're working really, really well for him. And, for Siouxland, one thing I like to do when you're looking at a team like this when they're kind of running the ball on you, you start getting those double wing formations, both tight ends down. I like to bring guys down, get them in the box, force those tight ends to block the guy right in front of them instead of getting your linebackers. Because a play like that, you can see where you're going to get 5 yards a pop pretty much every time.
Same formation, Ortman in the backfield. He's going to call his own number, falling HP. And Ortman gets to the edge and picks up close enough to the first down. And they're going to say it is enough for the first down. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Hawks. Right about the 5-yard line. So 2 receivers to the far side, Ortman, Fish, in the backfield. Ortman going to throw it to Willman for a touchdown. A nice little out route for the Hawks.
Yep, great design there.
And so the Hawks march it right down the field, 40 yards for her 3rd touchdown.
The timing tonight for their routes has been really nice, Ryan.
Yeah, it looked like a catch and throw, and right when Ortman got his head around and put his hands up, the ball was there. So nice conversion there. So the Hawks are going to go for 2. They're going to go 4 wide, motioning Schrader across the middle. And throws it to Schrader, and the Eagles are all over that play. Nice play by the Eagles. That was Bielenberg on the tackle. So 2-point conversion is no good, which makes the score Remsen St. Mary's Hawks 19, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. We'll be back.
Moeller Carpet and Floor Covering in Remsen has provided the best flooring materials for their customers since 1959. For all your project needs, including hardwood, tile, carpet, vinyl, and luxury vinyl, planks, and more. Visit their showroom in Remsen and see what flooring types would work for your home or business. Their team can also complete your flooring installation after your free estimate. Visit Moeller Carpet and Floor Covering in Remsen today and visit them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Hawk football. Here in the first quarter, Jim Klein texts me, Coach Arnold needs to speak a little louder into the mic, so let's work on that here.
What's up?
You got to talk louder in the mic. So here we go, Jackson Bunkers on the kick. And nice little squibbler up the middle. The Eagles pick it up about the 15-yard line. He's going to take it across the 20, and then that's where he's going to get met by the Hawks. That was Wing on the return again.
Jim Klein should know that me talking softly, Ryan, is by design. I don't want people to know what I'm actually saying. Thanks for the shout-out, Jim. I appreciate it. I didn't want to blast your eardrums, man.
He coached us some baseball, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Baseball and basketball as well.
Oh, yeah. He did some basketball. 4 wide Eagles going to open up here. 1st and 10. Bielenberg alone in the backfield. He's going to drop back to pass. Has some time. He's going to sling it over the middle and incomplete pass. That was intended for Latimer. That's the coach's kid, the Latimer receiver.
I like that by Siouxland Christian. You know, you take a shot one-on-one. It was actually a pretty decent route, and the quarterback just didn't get the ball there. But, you know, if that ball would have been on the numbers there, that's a big gain for them. Yeah,
you got to take shots downfield. What's the worst thing that can happen, right?
Absolutely. When you have to be very selective, you know what I mean? You're limited in what you're able to do essentially with all the pressure you're getting. And so when you find those plays like that, you really want to come back to them and see if that was a vulnerability that you can exploit every time.
It's 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. They're going to keep the Hawks spread out here. 2 receivers near side, 1 far. Bielenberg in the backfield along with Wing. Bielenberg going to drop back to pass. He's going to look across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete pass. So he did what the rookie QBs do. They go right back to the same play. Coach Osman switches up just a little bit, drops the linebacker and Brendan Fish, and almost an interception there. So
yeah, especially after the previous route, you saw that didn't happen. You go back to it, you kind of overlook that linebacker sitting there, and he can sneak up on you.
Yeah, that is a.
In Siouxland Christian also, you can see that they're going a little bit of a delayed count. They're not just getting up there and snapping the ball. They're kind of making the defensive lineman for the St. Mary's Hawks respect them a little bit and not just jump the gun and get in the backfield.
Yeah, 4 wide here for 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. The Hawks line up like they're in a zone defense here. Bielenberg drops back to pass, has some pressure in his face, and the pass can get knocked down by Knipe. So nice job by Braxton. He's having a good start of the week 3 here.
Yep, it seems like he's kind of getting a little bit more comfortable out there. As a sophomore, first time starting the last couple games, you gotta find the game inside of itself for your own abilities.
For sure, that's a great point. Young guys getting their feet wet here.
Yep.
I think that's Reynolds back to punt for the Eagles. Gets a good snap. He's going to get a high punt. And Alex Schrader is just going to let it bounce, and the Eagles are going to get a good roll and put the Hawks back in their worst field position of the night. But if you're the Hawks, I think that's all right. I think Coach Ryan Gallus, offense coordinator, would rather start back here and see if we can get some plays.
Absolutely, because
go down the field.
Against a team that you're not scoring as easily on, you're going to have series where you do start in your own territory, and you want to be able to develop an offense that can get you down the field.
So the Hawks going to take over 1st and 10 inside their own 20. Gun T formation. Ortman going to drop back to pass. Has some time. Going to throw it out here to the near side to Willman. And it's going to be a pitch and catch for a gain of just 25 yards.
Man, nice pass there. There were 2 guys over there. That was a good ball.
Yeah, that was a great ball to Willman on a corner route. Well, they really found some good plays here on this gun T formation last few weeks.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just such a great formation with 2 great backs in the backfield, and then you have 2 great tight ends. So, same formation. Fish is going to get the carry. He's going to cut it out to the far side, break a few tackles, and still on his feet, spinning, and finally going to get brought down after a 12-yard pickup. So nice run by Brennan Fish.
Boy, my man Alex Schrader had a really nice block there, Ryan. I'm not sure if you caught that, but he came and got the shoulder of a defender and took him out of the play.
So that's going to be the first quarter. It's Remsen St. Mary's Hawks 19, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Hungry and on the go? Stop by Mrs. B's in Remsen. Locally owned and operated for over 25 years, Mrs. B's has you covered. Coffee, shakes, hundreds of drink options, milk, eggs, and more. Want something hot? Try one of Mrs. B's famous made-from-scratch pizzas, or order one of Mrs. B's many appetizer and sandwich options. Don't forget about the chicken, fish, and pork chop dinners. Mrs. B's is a proud supporter of both MMCRU and Remsen St. Mary's schools. Stop by Mrs. B's today.
The Remsen Farmers Co-op has been serving you for over a century. They are a full-service co-op providing area livestock producers with land o'lakes and canned feed. And take advantage of their full-service agronomy center for all your crop production needs to maximize your yield. They also buy and sell grain and offer grain drying. Remsen Farmers Co-op with years of experience and ready for the future.
Welcome back to Hawk football here. Week 3 of the young season. It's all St. Mary's here in quarter 1 against the Siouxland Christian Eagles. Got Coach Arnold to my right and Jim Wesselman on the camera. Hawks going to take over 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 25-yard line. Ortman, Fish in the backfield, and the Eagles are going to jump off sides and you think that was a little bit of flop there?
A tad.
I mean, he should get a flag for flopping. You got to love the energy Hunter Pick brings. 1st and 5 for the Hawks now. Ortman going to drop back to pass. He's going to move from the pocket and just throw it away. So nice job by the Eagles getting pressure on Kale. Make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they did a really nice job bringing that linebacker and flushing Kale to, his throwing side, but there weren't any receivers in that area, so he just had to get rid of it.
Yeah, all the routes were designed for the left side, and no one to bail Kale out, rolling to the right.
And as a defense, in a game like this where you're having trouble stopping him, you kind of got to star those plays and come back to stuff like that and see if it's, if it was a fluke or if you can continue to run that in your scheme because it's effective.
Absolutely. Gun T formation. Handoff to Schrader. Schrader's going to run it right up the middle. And he's going to pick up a couple and making it going to be 3rd and 2 for the Hawks.
Oh, late flag there, Ryan.
Oh, we got a late. Well, let's check the penalty here. Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hawks. That won't make a coach mad. I don't know what will, Coach Arnold.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what happened there. I looked like the play broke down. We missed a couple of blocks on the Hawks' end, and then I'm not sure if there were words after the play was blown dead or what happened.
This is where we need Jim Wesselman to get us in this rewind and get our highlighters out and start circling like John Madden and really point out to see what that was all about. So A 3rd and 3. We'll make it now with the penalty. 3rd and a long 17. It's going to be a timeout by the Eagles. We'll keep it here. Give Jim a little break here.
Yes, he's getting
so
tired.
So you're right. You're right where you want to be here if you're the Eagles, right? Third and long.
Yes.
The only thing as the D coordinator, I'm sure, is you got to know they're in 2-down territories.
Yep.
So as the offense, calling plays, I'm just trying to at least get half. Give myself a makeable 4th down attempt. On the defensive side, what's your thoughts here?
So essentially what I'm trying to do are 2 different things. I'm either going to bring quite a bit of pressure to where he has to make a quick decision where they can't really get downfield and get the first down on a fast throw unless they break a tackle or something. Otherwise, I'm just going to let my defensive line do that work and then get my defenders backed up in the right locations where, you're trying to stop them at the 20 at least, so it's 4th and 5, and it's not like they can just, run the QB sneak for 1 or 2 yards, Ryan.
Yeah, I like the pressure idea. Just getting your quarterback uncomfortable on a 3rd and long.
Yeah, if I'm calling it, I'm
Coach Arnold
I'm
bringing the heat,
pressure, man, for sure. Because they're having a hard time.
There's not a lot of times
double coverage.
There's not a lot of times your defense sits back and waits anyway.
Not usually.
Here we go. Ortman going to motioning Fish. Fake to Fish. He's going to drop back to pass. Throw it back to Fish here on the near side. Wide open. Nice play by the Hawks. It's going to be a Hawk touchdown. A 33-yard touchdown.
Good play.
That was a great play designed by the Hawks. This is why we're up here, Coach. I mean, I said get half the distance. Coach Gallo says I'm going to get all the distance and then some and get a touchdown.
Go big or go home, man.
Yeah. So Hawks touchdown. The first touchdown of the second quarter is a 33-yard pass. Ortman to Fish.
I've always been a kind of an advocate on defense, Ryan, when you have a back in the backfield like that, is getting to that guy as quickly as possible. And I don't mean just like bull rushing and then he peels out and you can dump it off. But going in the backfield, he starts to move out like he's going to go on like what we would call a swing route. You're moving with him and you're kind of beating him over there. And if he does catch it, you're in the vicinity to make a tackle.
Yeah, those backers are hard to, keep. They easily get lost back there,
well, you
especially with
kind of
play action. Yeah.
And now they want to go in there and make a play, and you forget about the guy that's in the backfield that just rolled out.
So the Hawks are going to line up for an extra point here. Snap good, hold good, kick is no good. So it's going to be Remsen St. Mary's Hawks 25, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Westel Systems is part of a network working tirelessly to keep small, rural communities across America connected. They lead and collaborate on broadband-enabled projects that improve economic development, provide technology for advancing education, and enhance state-of-the-art healthcare through telemedicine. These initiatives, among others, help to connect rural communities and keep them advancing towards a future-proof, sustainable infrastructure. Westel Systems, working hard to connect you to the world. Ask about their worry-free plans today.
Welcome back to Hawk football. Coach, you said bring the heat. I said get half the distance. You bring the heat there on a play action rollout. You might get there with some of your blitzers.
Right.
You don't bring the heat. Now you lost that back, and then you just scores for a touchdown. So I tell you what, Brendan Fish's hands are a little underrated. I mean, that guy's got some great hands. So Bunker kicks it deep, and the Eagles are going to kneel it at the 1 yard line. Or is it going to be a touchback? It's going to be a touchback.
Right. I couldn't quite see what happened. We had a kind of a bad angle there, but if the ball rolls in the end zone, it's dead. It's
surprised you just didn't call that right away.
Yeah, me too.
But so all St. Mary's here early here in Leeds, Iowa. This is a little bit better trip than going down to Whiting, where you used to have to go for these games. So Eagles kind of got a little pass happy left drive. We'll see if they continue that. And they're going to open up with 4 wide. And Hawks are going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Looked like there was some confusion. So big state rivalry tomorrow. Iowa versus Iowa State. I know Coach Arnold and I don't have a dog in the fight. So State's, I think they're getting 3.5 points, Coach.
And it's in Iowa City, right?
It's in Iowa City.
Yeah, it could be I don't know, man.
I mean, did you think Brian Ferentz just really vanilla last week? Didn't want to show Iowa State anything? I think that's what the Iowa fans are hoping for.
I think so, but no, I don't know. But Iowa's defense is tough, man. It's just way, and they're tough. It's tough to go in there and beat them. They won some really good games.
Not only do they keep teams out of the end zone, but they also score more than their offense, and that's hard to do. So
that's like me, like back in 17, man.
There it is, the first shot of the season connected.
I got to catch back up.
Yeah. Those are fun times in 17.
Brody Ricky's out there right now, just gassed up, all happy I said that. the original first black shirt, Brody Ricky.
Brody Ricky. That's a good fun fact. Eagles, 1st and 10. Bielenberg in the backfield, all alone. Takes the snap. Looking downfield, he's got to take off and run. And he's going to run out of bounds.
One thing I'd like to see more teams do right in high school is, like, you're bringing a linebacker on an A-gap blitz. I would always try to tell those ends, okay, I'm bringing a guy inside, so he's going to disrupt whatever's going on in there. You guys can get wider, you know what I mean? Really get outside to where he can't even get outside your shoulder to scramble and get any yards, you know what I mean?
Right. If I'm a quarterback, I get the ball and I see stuff in my face right away.
Right. And then you look to your right, you see a guy out there.
Yeah.
You're that's when you start freezing, essentially, and that's where you get sacks.
Always a big fan of sending 4 against 3.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But there's a lot of teams, which is crazy, that just is okay going 3-on-3 and letting the quarterback sit back there comfortable in the pocket. But that was a big loss there for the Eagles, making it 2nd and 15. Bielenberg. He's going to make one guy miss, throw it across the field, and it's going to be intercepted by Keaton Harpenall. He's returning it to the 10, and that's where he's going to get tackled. Nice play by Keaton Harpenall, young sophomore for the Hawks. I've always said this from day one, the biggest no-no of all quarterbacks, throwing it across the field when it looks so wide open.
Yeah, it's dangerous. And
it just
right in front of that ball.
Takes so long to get across the field. Unless your last name is Mahomes, Rodgers, don't throw that ball, ever.
No, especially at this level. I mean, when you're under pressure like that, you're already stressed out. You're going to make anxious decisions, and sometimes you just got to learn when to hold them.
So Hawks take over 1st and 10, hand off to Fish, and Fish is going to break a few tackles and walk into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown tonight, 11-yard
And Brennan
TD
does a really
run.
good job of keeping his hand on people when he's running. You can see he uses that stiff arm quite a bit. You don't see that a ton in high school. You see more people try to use their shoulder pad.
Yeah,
in worst cases, they duck down and try to use you as a battering ram with their helmet. But Brennan does a good job keeping that arm extended and keeping you off of him.
Yeah, and he really puts a lot of force behind that stiff arm. A lot of people
he's developed a good one.
Yeah. So extra point attempt here for Bunkers. Gets a kick up, and this one looks a lot better, and it's going to be good. So Remsen, St. Mary's Hawks 32, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
It's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now on FullerDigital.net. Home and away, if we're covering your team's videos are on FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the game. Thank you for watching our events, and remember, the games are on FullerDigital.net. Insurance can be confusing. With all of the legal terms, different policies, what are you actually getting? With over 60 years of experience, there's no confusing the experts at Matkin Insurance. Let Matkin Insurance help you find the policies that fit your lifestyle, budget, and needs. Matkin Insurance takes pride in being an independent agency, always working for what's best for their customers. So what are you waiting for? Contact Matkin Insurance today.
So Jackson, the kickoff. Siouxland Christian going right up the middle and going to get brought down. That was Lynham on the carry. Right at the 15-yard line. We'll see what the flag is all about. Holding on the Eagles.
Boy, it's tough when you get a holding call on a return if you break one for a long ways, but it's actually almost equally as challenging when you didn't get a whole lot of yards and you're back up in your own area, and now you got to take even more steps back.
Yeah, it's already been a tough night for the Eagles offense. This making it even a little tougher.
Well, see, they came out in a doubles formation late last series, and they do like to run a little bubble out of that, which I think would be a decent idea if St. Mary's plays back. And they're
we talked about
really
this last week, finding high percentage passes for quarterbacks.
And one-on-one, because anything can happen and someone makes a play.
Bielenberg in the backfield, motioning. And he's going to run right up the middle behind the motion back, and he's going to get positive yards on the carry. So those are the plays you need to build on.
Right. And they had a couple of good blocks there. I mean, there's a couple. The guy that the motion back made a good block, and then I think it was number 15 had a pretty decent block on Nathan Britt.
So that's 4 yards on the carry. There's nothing wrong with 4 yards on the first play.
And I like that too. And you kind of have those moving parts in your offense. The defense, no matter what you want to think, they're looking at that like, okay, that's throwing me off a little bit. That's not just a normal standard play.
Yeah, you run that enough with that motion, you get tired of seeing it, and then you slip them out deep for
And they really like an option
action
out of this formation, Ryan. So I'll be curious here if they motion this guy across.
They're going to try to do the same play here, but Bielenberg drops the ball. Jackson's going to pick it up and then run it in for a Hawk touchdown. A defensive touchdown for the Hawks. Oh, you said it, Coach Arnold. It's already hard enough marching down the field, but way back in your end zone, there's no room for mistakes.
Nope.
Jackson bunkers there, forces a turnover, a fumble recovery, and a scoop and score. That's what you want to see as a defense, right?
Right, absolutely.
I mean, you have plenty of room. Don't jump on it. Try to scoop and score.
I was just going to say that because you're taught to fall on it, you know what I mean? But if you have good awareness like that and you see that you can pick it up and get in the end zone, by all means do it.
Oh, Hawks going to try for 2, motioning Schrader across the field. And we got some movement. So false start on the Hawks. So the Eagles had success on that one play and tried to do the exact same thing, but a fumble, bobbled snap or exchange. And
yeah, I'd be curious what that play was going to be if they were going to motion him across and run an option, run a jet sweep.
So
out
Ortman
of that.
drops back to pass, moves away from the pocket, going to call his own number, reach for the pylon, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds just short of the pylon. So the Eagles hold for the 2-point conversion, and that goes back to that false start penalty. It may not hurt them here, but next week we got a big game coming to town in Kingsley Pearson. So, these are where you try to focus on these little things. And like Osterman said, we want to sharpen our tools and get them as sharp as they can to go for the upcoming season and
Absolutely.
upcoming schedule.
And as players, it's different than a coach. As a coach right now, the score is 38-0. You're not out there trying to put on a bunch of points, but you want your guys to execute perfectly when you call something. And also keep that in mind when your pre-snap is like, hey, we can't have guys jump off sides because the game's 38-0, because you'll do that when the game is 0-0, 6-7. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we always say, and a firm believer, how you practice, how you're going to play.
Absolutely, man. Train how you fight.
Yeah, train how you fight. So it's been all Hawks here, 38-0. Punt and block we've had, a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and a pretty balanced scoring by the Hawks.
Yeah, played a pretty clean game overall so far. St. Mary's has, and honestly, Siouxland Christian really isn't throwing their cards in yet. They're trying not to get out there and make things happen. Just things aren't going their way right now.
So Jackson to kick off. And it's going to go back in the end zone. So now Eagles get good field position at the 15-yard line. You know, talking to Coach Lattimore, the head coach for the Eagles this afternoon, he said one thing about this team, they fight to the end. And you know, if you're a new coach, a first-year coach to a program, you can't ask for anything more than fighting all the way to the end. And
absolutely, because there's going to be learning curves for coaches and players alike, and you know, if everyone gives their best, you can really improve. So I'm glad to see them performing like that and not giving up.
Hard to coach effort, and if they already got all the effort, then it should be a fun culture to try to rebuild, and get it going. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Bielenberg's going to call his own number and get met in the backfield by Knipe. So Braxton again on the tackle for loss. Oh, nice job by Braxton. Well, you know, we talked about this last week too. You know, 38-0. Our young kids are going to get a lot of playing time, hopefully in the second half,
yep.
which is like stealing an extra JV game.
Absolutely.
Especially for, I think we only had 2 JV games last year, so we get these young guys a lot of experience. Hopefully here in the second half. So 2nd and 13 for the Eagles. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Bielenberg in the backfield with Wing. He's going to motion out his running back. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, throw a little spot pass to the far side. Out to his running back, and the Hawks are all over it. That's been the common theme tonight. Another tackle for loss. Like we said, against this Hawk defense, it's tough to go east and west. And
very.
They have a lot of speed and, you know, a lot of depth. I mean, we got some young kids that, as you saw with Keaton Harpinall with that interception, is young sophomore.
Yeah, and I can see Coach Otis put looks like the varsity starting defense back in for 3rd and long here.
Yeah, and that's probably situational.
Yep, absolutely.
Practice your situational 3rd and long.
They've been working on in a 3rd and long situation.
And they looked like they dropped back to his zone, and Brendan Fish is right there to meet him, and that's what the Hawks defense wanted, right?
Yep.
They'll allow that 7-yard gain, knowing it's going to be 4th and 8, 4th and 9. So,
no, and a good play design, you know, by Siouxland. They obviously knew that something was there, and they hit it right away. They moved that back out like they did the last play, but they came across to the other side of the field with the ball.
So Reynolds going to be back to punt here for the Eagles.
What do you think about a fake here, Ryan, if you're Siouxland?
You have nothing to lose.
I am.
And that's a high kick. And it's going to go about 15 yards.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to a fake or trying to throw the ball, and maybe a defensive player may have a mental lapse and catch it down the field, essentially like a punt would be.
Right. Yeah, heck yeah.
It's tempting. It's hard not to catch those, and it's hard to bat those down when you see interception in your eyes.
So Hawks take over at the Eagles' 34-yard line. Shotgun T formation for the Hawks. Ortman fake to Fish. Now he pitches it to Schrader. Schrader to the near side. He's going to try to cut it all the way across the field. Makes one guy miss. And I don't know if that's quite how you draw it up, but it was the best 8 yards I've seen in a while.
Yeah, Kale actually came over and made a pretty good block after he pitched Alex the ball. You don't see that every day with the quarterback.
So nice job by Schrader. We talked about how shifty he is, and boy, that was put on display there. I think they were trying like a triple option type play there, which I'm a huge fan of. not quite that design, but.
Right.
So Kale with Schrader and Fish alongside. This time he's going to shuffle pass it to the middle. There was Schrader. And Schrader still running. Nice play there by the Hawks. That's a pick up about 20 yards.
Yeah, you get them looking inside on that, and then next play or down the road you come back with it outside, and they're not there. It's a good play.
Where were those completions when I was in high school? That's about as easy as it gets. Oh, nice play design. That's going to make it 1st and goal for the Hawks at their Eagles 10-yard line. Ortman, Fish in the backfield. Ortman going to drop back to pass. Throw it to Jackson Bunkers across the middle. And going to get tackled right about the 1-yard line. So, Coach Arnold, how do you like that? Jackson Bunkers, QB, moved to tight end. You know, there's a lot of weapons out there.
Oh, tons. It's weird to see it almost because, Jackson, as a freshman, won the home playoff game against Fremont Mills to send us to the Dome. So, my memories of him are as a quarterback. And, he's such a good athlete, though. He can probably play any position on the field, offense or defense.
Yeah, so many weapons. So 2nd and goal. Handoff to Schrader. Schrader walks in for the Hawk touchdown. So nice offensive series for the Hawks.
Oh, looks like a late flag came in.
So the late flag usually doesn't mean good things. Oh, so it's on sportsmanlike conduct on the Eagles. So 5 minutes left here in the quarter. Hawks 44, Eagles 0. Hawks attempt the extra point. So Jackson to line up to kick. Snap good, hold good, kick is no good. So Jackson struggling a little bit on the extra points tonight.
Yeah, we haven't really seen that a lot this year.
No, he's usually been pretty consistent.
But even his kickoffs, you can see they're kind of almost like a squib, you know what I mean? They're getting around their wobbly even though they're kicked hard.
Right. We'll go to commercial here. This is Hawk Football.
American Mink, we are committed to making a meaningful and positive impact in the schools and businesses within our community. Like a Hail Mary, throw to win the game. We are here to help you every step of the way to take care of your financial goals. We are dedicated to helping you score big while we strive to make a big impact in our community. American Mink is a proud supporter of the Remsen St. Mary's football and volleyball teams, and we are wishing them a happy and successful season. Bump up the spirit and cheer on the Hawks to victory. American Mink, achieving success together. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hawk Football. It's been all Hawks here. That was a nice last drive there. And then they showed some option. They showed a little shuffle pass and some passing. That's a well-balanced drive there.
Yeah, and a few plays we haven't seen yet this year, so it's good to see that, there's other plays in the works, trying to get ready for games further down the road.
Jackson Bunker saying, "Hey guys, you're about 5 yards too close."
What a good sportsmanship by Jackson.
Would you expect anything less? Like, come on, man.
Unless it's an onside, then he was just helping himself.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, they're going to try a little pooch kick. Boy, and it's going to be down inside the 5 yard line.
That's going to be tough again for him, right?
And you know what that was? Coach Osman taking advantage of something to work on.
Yes.
So it was a practice, but a game-like situation. So
right.
Nice job by Coach Osman, drawing something up like that and just giving the kids an opportunity to see how
Good
well this can
placement
work.
too. I mean,
yeah.
they got the ball down by what looks like their 5-yard line.
Jackson kicked that as good as I have a 56-degree wedge in my hand. Spot on. For all them golfers listening, they're thinking that's a lie. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. So Bielenberg in the backfield. He's got a running back to his left side along with him, wing. Bielenberg going to drop back to pass, throw it across the middle, getting him completed to Latimer. So nice pitch and catch there for the Eagles. I think that's their first down.
Yeah, and you see they brought in that split end there and brought him in to create a 4-man line, so you get some little bit of pass protection help.
And the Eagles fans go wild. Latimer, he was the coach's kid. That was a nice catch, nice route and catch.
That's good though. That'll help. That'll test both St. Mary's and Siouxland to keep this drive alive and have St. Mary's have a little bit of a challenge for them.
Absolutely. So here they go, 1st and 10. They're going to motion to the running back. He's going to look over, he completes to Latimer again. And Latimer got some great effort there. Well, the Eagles, like you said, they don't give up.
Some momentum now.
So
Tell you what, you got to
first
respect
downs.
that, Ryan. Down 44-0 in the second quarter, and they're fired up out there, and they're trying to go down and get a touchdown.
Absolutely. And that Bielenberg, he throws a good ball. I mean, he's
getting it there.
Nice tight spiral on it. And Latimer on the receiving ends of those two completions.
Yeah, he's letting it go. He's trusting himself, and he's trusting his coaches, and he knows those plays are supposed to be there. He's kind of getting it there when it needs to be and not thinking so much.
So he's going to move up in the pocket this time, and the Hawks are going to tackle him right about the line of scrimmage. Big Poppy Groper shaking up on the play.
I'd like to see them try a little bit of a middle screen off that motion, Ryan.
Yeah.
If that Mike linebacker moves a little bit, because their defensive linemen are getting in there so deep, there may not be anybody in the middle for 15 so yards.
Yeah, you motion that running back, hit that slot receiver back into behind the line for like a middle screen.
Yes.
I mean, you got a lot of moving parts there.
You're making that linebacker. You're putting him in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Where he's got to make a decision where he's going to go, and if he guesses wrong, it's a big play.
So 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. There's that motion to the near side. And Bielenberg drops back to pass. He's going to chuck it deep. He's got a guy open, and it's intercepted by Garrett. What a play by Isaiah Garrett.
Yeah, that was a nice play by him.
Wow.
Looking over his shoulder and going and making the catch.
You might see that tonight on SportsCenter Top 10. What a play. I didn't think there was any way Garrett was going to catch up to the ball.
Yeah, he was behind it quite a bit.
It looked like Willie Mays out there with the over the head catch. So nice job by the Hawks. Another interception for the defense. We got 1:10 left here in the half. Now this is a good here area where you go down and try to score.
Ooh,
right away after a turnover, they're going to throw it to Alex Schrader over the middle. And it's going to pick up a big gain. So Ortman to Schrader for a big chunk of change. It's a big firm believer. After a turnover, you throw it deep, take a shot.
Yep.
So 40 seconds left here in the half. The Hawks are marching. Fish, Ortman in the backfield, 35 seconds. Ortman going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it to Willman over the middle. Willman's going to reach for the end zone. Let's see what they call here. Right at the 1 yard line, looks like. So nice job. Hawks march down in just 2 plays. And they're going to take a timeout Yeah, right about the 1 yard line. Boy, they just great play by Isaiah Garrett. Line up 4 wide. Alex Schrader right on the seam route for a big chunk of change. And come right back to Willman over the middle. And sets them up with a 1st and goal with 18 seconds left on the clock.
And Ryan Willman just seems so composed out there, even once he gets the ball. You know what I mean? During the catch, he made a good play, he caught the ball, and then he was able to be calm enough to go back to where he knew the defender was and try to lean in for the touchdown. But you notice that every game, he gets the ball and he just makes good, clean catches, and then he knows what to do after the fact, too.
Yeah, for being 6'5", he sure as heck doesn't play like
right. Yeah, you don't see. Yeah, he's not getting a lot of like jump ball, deep fade type corner routes. But he makes those nice corner hook catches, and he's able to do something with them afterwards.
Well, he's really developing into a nice smooth receiver.
Absolutely,
receiver. So we'll see what the Hawks do here at 1st and goal. 18 seconds left here. Ortman drops back to pass. Throw an out route to Willman. And there it is for a Hawk touchdown. Ortman to Willman. Their 2nd time tonight. Yeah, we just talked about it, Coach. Just how smooth he looked there. He runs route like he's a slot receiver, and he's 6'5" and getting wide open. So nice little route by Willman and nice throw by Kale. And the extra point attempt by Jackson is it's going to be a high snap. Kale's going to call it and run in for the 2-point conversion. If that was by design or...
Yeah, I feel like it looked like it was by design.
Yeah, because it looked like
the receivers knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And they peeled up pretty early.
Well, we talked about it. Another way to practice without practicing. So,
and Siouxland Christian's still they're still fighting mentally. So it's a good team to try it on when you're up and you don't have as much to lose. But they're not going to give you an easy out either.
So 52-0 here with 13 seconds left here in the half.
Siouxland Christian runs an option pass, and I'm curious if they're going to try to get more option in and kind of test those defensive ends for the Hawks in the second half, and then maybe put that linebacker that's out there in a tough spot to where now you got to honor the run, and then also you can run that pass out of it, and you can kind of slow the defense down a little bit that way too with that side-to-side movement.
If I'm the OC for Siouxland and going against a team like this, I am moving and right with the flipping back to reverses. Right. I'm running screens. I'm throwing everything at them. You have nothing to lose.
Right.
But what you want to do against a defense is make their eyes keep moving.
Yes.
Like we said, with motions and reverses and halfback passes and
you want to slow. Exactly. You got distractions for them, which they did. That last series was a really well designed series for them. And actually that was a good pass by the quarterback.
Yeah,
that was a good look. But
it was a good pass by the quarterback. A great play by Isaiah Garrett.
Yes. So you can't be afraid to come back to that stuff if you're Siouxland Christian.
Oh, and the fumble on the return. Oh, we'll see who comes up with it at the end of the bottom of the pile. Boy, it don't matter because the clock is going to keep running. So the time they figure out whose ball this is, it's going to be halftime. So that's half. So Remsen, St. Mary's Hawks 52, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. We'll be back. This is Hawk Football, Week 3.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Family has been providing trusted funerals since 1943, when Joseph and Adele Fish bought Remsen's only funeral home. Beginning in 1976, Joe's son Joel and his wife Jean continued the tradition of being a family-owned and operated business. In 2009, David and Elizabeth Fish carried the family tradition into the future and now offer monuments. The Fish family is honored to assist you in your time of need, offering care and compassion. Fish Funeral Home and Monuments in Remsen, our family serving your family since 1943.
We put kids at the top of our list, and that is why parents put Floyd Valley Therapies on the top of theirs. Should your child need physical, occupational, or speech therapy or assistance through our pediatric feeding clinic, rest assured they are in great hands. As moms, dads, sons, and daughters ourselves, we know how important family is. Taking care of your family is just as important to us as taking care of our own.
Thanks for making us part of your community, your health, your life. Floyd Valley Healthcare.
Gangler Feed Service in Remsen is your complete farm store. We feed all farm species, and we're a Hubbard, Kent, and big game dealer. Whether it's sprayers, grain banking, corn drying, or feeding your animals, we're your complete farm store, and service is our business. Gangler Feed Service in Remsen. Call them at 786-2234 or stop in and see them. Service is our business at Gangler Feed Store, Remsen.
At Happy Siesta Healthcare Center in Remsen, Iowa, we strive to provide a comfortable home away from home, whether your needs are for long-term care or rehab to home. Regardless of your level of care, our mission is to provide you and your loved ones with quality, compassionate care in your time of need. An outpatient therapy is available with Remsen Rehab, located inside Happy Siesta. And Happy Siesta Healthcare Center is always looking for quality employees, so contact us if you'd like to work here. Happy Siesta Healthcare Center, Remsen.
Moeller Carpet and Floor Covering in Remsen has provided the best flooring materials for their customers since 1959. For all your project needs, including hardwood, tile, carpet, vinyl, and luxury vinyl, planks, and more. Visit their showroom in Remsen and see what flooring types would work for your home or business. Their team can also complete your flooring installation after your free estimate. Visit Moeller Carpet and Floor Covering in Remsen today and visit them on Facebook.
All shuffle opponents, yeah, that was annoying.
Hungry and on the go? Stop by Mrs. B's in Remsen. Locally owned and operated for over 25 years, Mrs. B's has you covered. Coffee, shakes, hundreds of drink options, milk, eggs, and more. Want something hot? Try one of Mrs. B's famous made-from-scratch pizzas, or order one of Mrs. B's many appetizer and sandwich options. Don't forget about the chicken, fish, and pork chop dinners. Mrs. B's is a proud supporter of both MMCRU and Remsen St. Mary's schools. Stop by Mrs. B's today.
It's pretty wild. But the good ones don't get beat up that.
The Remsen Farmers Co-op has been serving you for over a century. They are a full-service co-op providing area livestock producers with land o'lakes and canned feed. And take advantage of their full-service agronomy center for all your crop production needs to maximize your yield. They also buy and sell grain and offer grain drying. Remsen Farmers Co-op with years of experience and ready for the future.
Westel Systems is part of a network working tirelessly to keep small, rural communities across America connected. They lead and collaborate on broadband-enabled projects that improve economic development, provide technology for advancing education, and enhance state-of-the-art healthcare through telemedicine. These initiatives, among others, help to connect rural communities and keep them advancing towards a future-proof, sustainable infrastructure. Westel Systems, working hard to connect you to the world. Ask about their worry-free plans today.
Can't remember who lived there. Was it Tinniger? The Tinniger.
It's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now on FullerDigital.net. Home and away, if we're covering your team's videos are on FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the game. Thank you for watching our events, and remember, the games are on FullerDigital.net. Insurance can be confusing. With all of the legal terms, different policies, what are you actually getting? With over 60 years of experience, there's no confusing the experts at Matkin Insurance. Let Matkin Insurance help you find the policies that fit your lifestyle, budget, and needs. Matkin Insurance takes pride in being an independent agency, always working for what's best for their customers. So what are you waiting for? Contact Matkin Insurance today.
American Mink, we are committed to making a meaningful and positive impact in the schools and businesses within our community. Like a Hail Mary, throw to win the game. We are here to help you every step of the way to take care of your financial goals. We are dedicated to helping you score big while we strive to make a big impact in our community. American Mink is a proud supporter of the Remsen St. Mary's football and volleyball teams, and we are wishing them a happy and successful season. Bump up the spirit and cheer on the Hawks to victory. American Mink, achieving success together. Member FDIC.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Family has been providing trusted funerals since 1943, when Joseph and Adele Fish bought Remsen's only funeral home. Beginning in 1976, Joe's son Joel and his wife Jean continued the tradition of being a family-owned and operated business. In 2009, David and Elizabeth Fish carried the family tradition into the future and now offer monuments. The Fish family is honored to assist you in your time of need, offering care and compassion. Fish Funeral Home and Monuments in Remsen, our family serving your family since 1943.
This is definitely an upgrade, though, from the Whiting field.
We put kids at the top of our list, and that is why parents put Floyd Valley Therapies on the top of theirs. Should your child need physical, occupational, or speech therapy or assistance through our pediatric feeding clinic, rest assured they are in great hands. As moms, dads, sons, and daughters ourselves, we know how important family is. Taking care of your family is just as important to us as taking care of our own.
Thanks for making us part of your community, your health, your life. Floyd Valley Healthcare.
Gingler Feed Service in Remsen is your complete farm store. We feed all farm species, and we're a Hubbard, Kent, and Big Game dealer. Whether it's sprayers, grain banking, corn drying, or feeding your animals, we're your complete farm store, and service is our business. Gangler Feed Service in Remsen. Call them at 786-2234 or stop in and see them. Service is our business at Gangler Feed Store, Remsen.
At Happy Siesta Healthcare Center in Remsen, Iowa, we strive to provide a comfortable home away from home, whether your needs are for long-term care or rehab to home. Regardless of your level of care, our mission is to provide you and your loved ones with quality, compassionate care in your time of need. An outpatient therapy is available with Remsen Rehab, located inside Happy Siesta. And Happy Siesta Healthcare Center is always looking for quality employees, so contact us if you'd like to work here. Happy Siesta Healthcare Center, Remsen.
Joking, because he was hardcore.
Moeller Carpet and Floor Covering in Remsen has provided the best flooring materials for their customers since 1959. For all your project needs, including hardwood, tile, carpet, vinyl, and luxury vinyl, planks, and more. Visit their showroom in Remsen and see what flooring types will work for your home or business. Their team can also complete your flooring installation after your free estimate. Visit Moeller Carpet and Floor Covering in Remsen today and visit them on Facebook.
Hungry and on the go? Stop by Mrs. B's in Remsen. Locally owned and operated for over 25 years, Mrs. B's has you covered. Coffee, shakes, hundreds of drink options, milk, eggs, and more. Want something hot? Try one of Mrs. B's famous made-from-scratch pizzas, or order one of Mrs. B's many appetizer and sandwich options. Don't forget about the chicken, fish, and pork chop dinners. Mrs. B's is a proud supporter of both MMCRU and Remsen St. Mary's schools. Stop by Mrs. B's today.
The Remsen Farmers Co-op has been serving you for over a century. They are a full-service co-op providing area livestock producers with land o'lakes and canned feed. And take advantage of their full-service agronomy center for all your crop production needs to maximize your yield. They also buy and sell grain and offer grain drying. Remsen Farmers Co-op with years of experience and ready for the future.
Westel Systems is part of a network working tirelessly to keep small, rural communities across America connected. They lead and collaborate on broadband-enabled projects that improve economic development, provide technology for advancing education, and enhance state-of-the-art healthcare through telemedicine. These initiatives, among others, help to connect rural communities and keep them advancing towards a future-proof, sustainable infrastructure. Westel Systems, working hard to connect you to the world. Ask about their worry-free plans today.
They were so good. They were freaking. That team, remember that team?
It's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now on FullerDigital.net. Home and away, if we're covering your team's videos are on FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the game. Thank you for watching our events, and remember, the games are on FullerDigital.net.
Kicked an onside kick.
Insurance can be confusing. With all of the legal terms, different policies, what are you actually getting? With over 60 years of experience, there's no confusing the experts at Matkin Insurance. Let Matkin Insurance help you find the policies that fit your lifestyle, budget, and needs. Matkin Insurance takes pride in being an independent agency, always working for what's best for their customers. So what are you waiting for? Contact Matkin Insurance today.
I don't think there's going to be many hours in the second half. Welcome back to Hawk football for the second half. Alongside me is Coach Arnold, and on the camera is Jim Wesselman. So, Coach, we go to halftime, and now we got some rain here for the second half.
Yeah, we were just talking about that a little bit, and you don't want to see this get really sloppy, and it's tough with weather conditions like that. So both teams really want to get out there and secure the ball and not let it get to where, you're throwing a lot and the weather elements are affecting the game more than they need to. Yeah,
this is going to be interesting with the rain and what he decides to do with the starters here. Up 52-0. To me, I'd say
I'd be surprised if you see
starters. Great work.
Yeah.
Take the second half off, and let's get ready for week 4 KP coming to town.
Which, when it's cold and rainy like this, those backups are probably excited to get on the field and
I think so.
Oh, yeah. Are going to be over there
for
hopefully
sure.
Not. I don't see any sleeves on. Oh wait, I do see sleeves on Brendan Fish.
Just one though. That's a style. That's style sleeve.
Yeah, that's a style sleeve. I told Brady Worth, since he's wearing my number, he's never allowed to wear long sleeves under his jersey, so he's got that going for him.
And the second half is on our way here. Hawks are going to get the ball. Eagles to kick. And it's going to be a nice little end-over-end kick. Fish is going to get the chance to return it from the 15. Full steam ahead. It's a race, and he's at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Brennan Fish. Boy, that was a great start. Great return. Didn't get touched. Brennan Fish, 65-yard touchdown return.
That could have been
So what a start for the Hawks.
Deion Sanders on that.
How bad do you think he wanted to put up the deuce sign?
Nice run there by Brennan, though, for sure. And, again, I saw Alex Schrader have a really nice block. He's been in there mixing it up, and you like to see that.
Yeah, no one put a finger on him, and, boy, he came out like he was ready to go. So the extra point attempt looks good, but it's not. It's wide right. So there's one thing to take away from tonight is getting Jackson back in that groove at the extra point kicks.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if Jackson was kicking field goals over the weekend, just the type of kid he is.
Right.
He takes a lot of ownership for, how he performs, and he really wants to be there for his teammates. And
so the Hawks start the second half with a touchdown return by Fish, making the score 58-0. Speaking of numbers, your number was 11 back in the day.
11.
I'm going to give you a trivia question.
Ooh, I love it.
04 starting offense. Okay? I'm not going to tell you who they are unless you want a clue.
Okay.
The starting 8. What is the total sum of the players' numbers?
Of the numbers?
All 8 starters. I knew I'd have a chance to ask you a question, so this is the trivia question I came up with. Hunter Pick on the kick while Coach Arnold is still doing the math. Eagles on the return. That's wing, and he's going to be met by a bunch of Hawks there right about the 15-yard line. Trying this all in your head. I'll give you my calculator.
I'm trying to remember a couple of the numbers. I'm struggling to think of Schrader's number. Was it just 7?
Schrader,
no, it wasn't. Nope, it was 44. So hold on.
Are you confident in all the starters, first of all?
Oh, yeah, I got that down.
Okay. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. So 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. That's Bielenberg and Wing in the backfield. This is the formation they had the most success in the first half. He's going to chuck it in the middle and incomplete, intended for Latimer.
Okay,
Nice
I
little.
think I've got it, Ryan.
Okay.
411.
411 is incorrect.
Dang.
It's 415.
Who did I miss? What was Luch's number?
80.
Luch 80. Feller was
66.
Oh, I had him at 60.
Oh, there it was.
Nope, I was still off for 4 numbers somewhere. But yeah, I had Feller at 60.
So that was a good attempt. Good attempt. So Hayek 1-0 on the board on
Damn,
trivia.
you got me. I thought you were going to ask me like what one person's number was. Not the added sum of 8 starters from 20 years ago, Ryan.
Billenberg drops back to pass. He's got a receiver. Oh, incomplete pass. Cade Tinniger on the coverage.
You know, and honestly, Ryan, I thought that was pretty good defense. You know, they think a flag possibly, but one arm behind, one in front, ready to
I
knock
thought
it down.
his timing was about
So
perfect.
do I. It's tough. You don't want to get nitpicky unless it's super obvious, I feel like. And Cade Tinniger, who made quite a few good plays last week when he got in, comes out for a series for him on defense and makes a good play.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Cade Tinniger on the coverage. A nice ball by Billinger.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not afraid to come out and do that, you know, even with the score the way it is.
Yeah.
They're willing to try to move the ball down the field and put some points up.
I said, I think they found that connection. Bielenberg to Lattimore they're trying to go to. This one, he's going to scramble up the middle and get met by a bunch of Hawks there. Worth and Garrett's on the tackle.
Yeah, it seemed like the quarterback tried to take the ball through the same hole that the back went through. That's one of those situations where you have the defensive eyes looking there. You don't want to really hit them, you know, in the spot they're already looking for.
So the Eagles are going to go punt. So nice start by the Hawks defense with a lot of younger guys in there. And I think that's a good call.
Absolutely.
You know, a little bit of shower, wet field, and they're just a pretty big important game next week at home. Nice punt there by the punter. Keaton Harpenall going to get it at the 37. Makes one guy miss and runs out of bounds in Eagle territory.
He is quick, too. I was kind of wondering if Siouxland would have done a fake punt there. You know, I was looking at the St. Mary's defensive lineman. I saw the Brady Worth, who's playing middle linebacker, playing about 2 yards in front of the first down markers. If I had a guy like that, I might try to sneak one past him. You know what I mean? The next guy after that would have been the returner. And granted, you know, you'd hate to give St. Mary's the ball on their, you know, on your 10-yard line, but you kind of got to start trying to make something.
Yeah, you gotta make some noise. Whether so, this looks like the second group for the Hawks.
Jackson Bunker's out there.
Yeah, a few starters. Jackson's probably getting some reps at the.
Yep.
Yeah, he's getting reps at the receiver position. So Keaton Harpenall and Coink in the backfield. Coink's going to get the carry, cut up the middle, and pick up 7 yards. Nice little run by Coink.
Yeah, you kind of go from Brennan to Coink. And Brennan's kind of I would say he's kind of a power runner because he uses a stiff arm, but Coink just is one of those guys that he goes to the hole and lowers his shoulder and gets downhill on you pretty quick.
He's not afraid of contact, that is for sure, being the youngest brother of 4. I suppose You're probably used to getting picked on and beat up on a little bit. So, 2nd and 3 for the Hawks. We got Holman.
And I see we moved
Holman,
Britt
Britt,
at center, and Steichen shifted over to right guard.
So those are Keaton going to hand off to Coink again. Coink up the middle, and he's going to pick up enough for the first down. So nice little drive here for the Hawks. 4.5 left here in the third quarter. First and 10 for the Hawks. Keaton alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to the near side. Holman on the pole. Keaton following him. Cuts it up. And he's going to be close to the pylon. They're going to mark him out about the 1-yard line. It's a nice run by Keaton Harpenall. So it picks up more than enough for a first down. That's a hard set to get your defensive guys lined up. There were 3 receivers right there and a pulling guard. It's
tough. You know, you want to line up just directly on them, but you have to kind of space yourselves out because you have to acknowledge the fact that those guys aren't going to be staying in those lanes when they, you know, once a play is called.
So Hawks first and goal. We'll call it the 2-yard line. This time it's Koink alone in the backfield. And he's going to get the high snap and run it to the far side for a Hawk touchdown. Nice run by Jeremy Koink. I called Brady Jeremy again, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
So Jeremy
That's
Coink's
right.
got 2
You see
rushing
Jeremy
touchdowns
run
on the
quite a bit.
season. So apologize again to Brady Koink. So it was a good drive by the second group.
Yeah, they did a good job getting the ball down the field and getting in for a touchdown.
So now we got Willman to try the extra point.
Southpaw again. Southpaw kicker.
Southpaw. So snap is a little high, and Kale's going to throw it to Garrett, and Garrett's going to be wide open. So that time I don't think it was by design. That was a high snap there.
Fire, fire, fire.
So the Hawks are going to make the score 66-0. Stick around for our post-game interview with Coach Osterman. See what kind of adjustments they made here for the second half. Pick his brain up a little bit. So next week we got the Panthers coming to town.
Yes, that'll be an exciting game.
That'll be a fun matchup against Kingsley Pearson.
It's been a few years since Kingsley's beaten the Hawks, right? Did they win in? No, not in last year.
Not the year before, or the year before that.
I think
or the year before that.
Yeah, it's been
since 2015.
15, there you go.
So here we go on the return, and great job by the Hawks. If there's one team that wants to beat the Hawks, it is the Panthers.
Oh, absolutely.
They been so close to baseball, and they've had some great matches in basketball, and boy, they want to take the Hawks down. I know that for sure. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. A bunch of young guys out there on defense for the Hawks.
Landon, there at nose tackle, right? Do you see a number there?
Yeah, that's Caleb Gravenish, his first
nice.
year taking out football, sophomore. Done a real nice job for the Hawks. Little bobbled snap, and he's got some pressure out of the hands of Britt. Now he has some room to run. Bielenberg is going to pick enough for a first down.
Oh, there's a flag in the backfield.
But there's a flag in the backfield. And it's going to be a block in the back by the Eagles.
Yeah, those are tough plays for a defense. You know, you see like Nathan Britt there playing right defensive end. You know, he kind of gets sucked in, but he's going to the ball carrier. You don't expect him to really peel back out and make you lose your edge. But that's why it's so important in a game like this to kind of hone in on your fundamentals and do the right thing and kind of wait back for that. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to see a big play because you got out of position. Huge thing for defensive ends to keep their outside hand and shoulder free.
So just like that, third quarter's in the books. Remsen, St. Mary's Hawks 66, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. We'll keep it here, Jim. I think you played enough commercials at halftime, and thanks again for doing the camera work. And 12 minutes away from going 3-0 in the books.
Never hurts to win them.
No. And I see, if you're an Eagles fan, I see a lot of good things on the Eagles side here.
Absolutely. No, they've kept good spirits, man. Like, their players really this whole game. You haven't seen them get down too much. I mean, they had one unsportsmanlike penalty, but you don't know what that was about anymore.
Right.
It could have been something pretty small.
Right.
And in a game like this, too, new coach, you're trying to play hard for him. Your emotions might come out a little bit, and that's just kind of expected. But no, they've been playing hard. I will say that.
Yeah, and on the other side, the Hawks are young guys look good. I mean,
yeah, they have come out and played
a bunch of young guys getting their chance to put something on film and taking advantage of the opportunity. Landon Walshman's going to make his debut for the Hawks, number 24.
Oh yeah, he is out there. That's good.
Let's see if he can make that jersey as good as Skyler did.
Skyler was tough. Yeah, Skyler, my memory served me right, I think holds the school record for single-season sacks.
Really?
I think so. He had a lot his senior year. He got in the backfield a lot.
He was a quick defensive end.
He did a great job.
So the Eagles going to take over 1st and 20 at their own 5-yard line. Bielenberg looks alone in the backfield. 4 receivers. Drops back to pass. Going to run up the middle and get tackled after a gain of 0 on the play. You can tell he's a quarterback that always gets pressure in his face. He just doesn't get comfortable in the pocket.
It's tough to. Yeah, you try to tell him to settle down and relax back there, but when you got guys storming, the beaches on you, it can be stressful.
Yeah. So 2nd and 20. The Hawks looked like they were in some type of zone there in the back half there.
Good opportunity to let those younger classmen, work on that zone defense.
So Bielenberg alone in the backfield again. 4 receivers. Drops back to pass again, throw it out. Spot pass to the other Bielenberg, and he's going to pick up 5 yards. So that was brother to brother on the pitch and catch. Third and 17. What's your play call here?
If I'm Siouxland Christian right now,
hook and ladder.
I'm going. I'm 2 down territory.
Hook
on my own.
Little hook and ladder.
Honestly though, they could run that play because those slant routes that they've been running, even the edges, the timing's pretty well there. If they could figure out the other receiver to come around and get the the ladder part of it, they definitely have the timing for the concept.
So, Eagles 3rd and 17. Hawks look like they're in a zone defense. Bielenberg's going to drop back to pass. Look deep, throws it deep. And it's going to be off the hands of Walshman. Had a chance for an interception. Boy, there was 4 Hawks there. That was good coverage by the Hawks. So good coverage by the young secondary.
Yeah, St. Mary's seemed to pick up on that this time, that post route that was coming across. Siouxland's got hit it a couple times, and even the times they didn't, it was there. So they've definitely caught on to that.
So Eagles punt formation. Gets the punt. Going to kick it. It's going to be high. And this time it's not going to get the Eagle bounce, and he's going to be just short of the first down. So Hawks are going to take over 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 25-yard line.
What was, Ryan, when you were head coach, what was the favorite game that you coached that you remember, that you just remember feeling really good after the game?
There was, like you, there was a lot of them. And
yeah, that 17 schedule was tough, man. We had a lot of good games.
The 17 schedule was fun.
Drove, across the state of Iowa to come play us.
The one that always kind of is Awiva, the first game when my first.
In 16?
In 16.
Yeah, that was a good game.
They were ranked number 1 at the time.
Yep.
came in our house after beating us 30 or 40 points the year before. And I remember talking to Coach before the game and just how confident he was. And, boy, they didn't know what hit him.
Yeah, that was, that's a good point. That was a big first game just for us as coaches and the program, to kind of come out and make a statement like that, We even didn't finish the season, ranked number 1 or anything, but they were a good team.
They made it deep in the playoffs and, beat a Newell Fonda team that we lost to. So,
that Newell Fonda team was good that year.
Yeah. So Keaton's going to fake the Tinniger and keep it himself to the far side and runs over one. He's going to get tackled. Yeah, he's a tough runner. Nice job by the Hawks.
Yeah, man, when some of these players get to the edge, boy, they put their shoulder down and they're ready to lay the lumber on people. And you like to see that a little bit, especially out of younger guys like that, because it shows you that by the time they're seniors, they'll have the confidence to do it against other upperclassmen.
They're not afraid of contact, that is for sure. And it's going to make it a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. So this time it's going to be Harpenall and Koink in the backfield. This time he's going to hand off to Koink, and Koink's going to get tackled by Bielenberg in the backfield for a loss of 1 on the carry. So nice job by the Eagles there, like I said.
Yeah, 15's had a pretty decent game. He's been on some pretty big plays that I've seen, so
yeah,
he's out there fighting.
I agree. Nice sized kid too. Looks like he's an athlete. So 2nd and goal for the Hawks. Keaton's going to fake it, and he's going to run it, and boy, get tackled inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, they're just sucking that defense inside.
Yeah.
Able to go outside. You really got to stay home on that and just do your job specifically.
Yeah, I think Landon must have forgot the play because he left his guy out there unblocked, and
right.
He was Keaton was probably one.
First game back, yeah. He might have some cobwebs for some of the plays.
So 3rd and goal for the Hawks. Keaton and Koink in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side. Hand off to Koink. Koink is going to get met in the backfield for a loss. That is Malcolmson on the tackle, a sophomore. And the Eagles fans go nuts here. Yeah, it's going to be a 4th and goal. This is actually a great situation for these young Hawks.
Let's see how the Eagles line up.
And for the old coordinator. I mean, these are what you want. You want 4th and goal plays from the 10-yard line. What do you draw up?
Yeah, you'd like to see Siouxland possibly back up a little bit. And
keep
them out of the end zone. Now play with flag.
And it's going to be a false start. Know the play call I draw up here?
What's that?
Is the one that Brendan Fish had earlier. The fake the run, let him run out.
Yeah, and I was just thinking the same thing on defense, and what I would like to do, see these guys do.
Do you line up at the 5-yard line?
A little bit. You're playing the touchdown essentially, and then get guys to both boundaries and one guy in the middle playing free safety in case.
Who are you kidding, Coach? You're bringing a blitz here.
Oh, I'm definitely going to blitz, but I want 3 guys back there in the end zone, kind of by the pylons.
So 4th and goal. Keaton Hartmann is going to drop back to pass. Has some time. Moves away from the pocket. So he's going to throw it deep to Walschmidt. And it's going to be a touchdown. So Keaton Harpenall to Landon Walschmidt for 15 yards. So nice job by the young kids. For a Hawk touchdown. Well, that was a good job by Keaton, moving away from the pocket, still had his feet underneath him, and flung it out there and gave his receiver a chance to make a play.
And yeah, and he was rolling to his non-throwing side as well, so it's a tough ball to throw. And the receiver was coming across the field.
So this time it's going to be Jackson. Snap good, hold good, kick is good. So that time he connects. Making the score, Remsen, St. Mary's Hawks 73, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. So, Coach, any big plans this weekend? I mean, we never did say who you have for the Iowa State.
Ooh, I'm going to take I think I'm going to take Iowa State.
Iowa State with the points?
So, yeah, I think I would do that.
That should be a fun game. I think, not being an Iowa or Iowa State fan, I think the last how many games have been within a field goal?
Yeah, they're tough.
I feel like it's
for
been
the game, I was thinking about that. I'm like, that game essentially is almost a pick 'em. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because every year,
doesn't matter what
hand and the team comes out. So
it's a nice little rivalry. So
it's fun though. Games like that are fun because everybody's into it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the whole state.
And everybody's watching the game or into the game.
So Thursday night football kicked off, NFL. I mean, this is about the best time. You got football Thursday night, high school Friday night, college Saturday, NFL Sunday, NFL Monday. This is the best time of year.
Yeah, I remember when we were both coaching, we would talk to each other on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and just be like, man, it's weird not having any football on the night to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bills looked tough last night.
The Bills looked as good as advertised, that is for sure. So all the fantasy owners that picked up Josh Allen early, it paid off last night.
Yeah, shout out to Andy Steichen for a really poor draft pick, taking Saquon Barkley instead of Stephon Diggs, because I got hooked up with that one, and he came through big time last night for me.
Has there ever been a good pick with a Steichen in any fantasy draft?
Not usually. I think they do auto draft a lot, Ryan.
At least that's their excuse, that is for sure.
Right. I know one time Austin said he had his wife draft for him.
So, just a minute here in the fourth quarter. Man, this has really flied by the second half.
It's been quick. Kind of glad the rain stopped and stuff, so it doesn't get sloppy and nobody gets hurt. You're out there in the elements for the first time.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Bielenberg's going to drop back to pass. He's going to fling it out to his receiver on the far side, and nice catch, but only a pickup, a gain of 2 yards on the reception. That's Lynham on the reception. I'll give credit to the Eagles, man. They fought to the end, and I think Coach Lattimore's got a good group of young kids here that are really buying into changing this culture around.
And it's still a new program. I mean, they think the school just opened up, within the last 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, an incomplete pass. Boy, Holman's mitts almost got on that ball, and that would have been sweet to see if he could have got a pick like his older brother.
Yeah, it's neat when a defensive lineman can get an interception.
So here we go, last play of the game. Oh, no. Let him have it. Let him run the play. Oh, there it's going to call it. So it's Remsen St. Mary's Hawks 73, Siouxland Christian 0. We'll take a few break here with the commercials, and we'll be back with post-game interview with Coach Osterman.
American Mink, we are committed to making a meaningful and positive impact in the schools and businesses within our community. Like a Hail Mary, throw to win the game. We are here to help you every step of the way to take care of your financial goals. We are dedicated to helping you score big while we strive to make a big impact in our community. American Mink is a proud supporter of the Remsen St. Mary's football and volleyball teams, and we are wishing them a happy and successful season. Bump up the spirit and cheer on the Hawks to victory. American Mink, achieving success together. Member FDIC.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
family has been providing trusted funerals since 1943, when Joseph and Adele Fish bought Remsen's only funeral home. Beginning in 1976, Joe's son Joel and his wife Jean continued the tradition of being a family-owned and operated business. In 2009, David and Elizabeth Fish carried the family tradition into the future and now offer monuments. The Fish family is honored to assist you in your time of need, offering care and compassion. Fish Funeral Home and Monuments in Remsen, our family serving your family since 1943.
We put kids at the top of our list, and that is why parents put Floyd Valley Therapies on the top of theirs. Should your child need physical, occupational, or speech therapy or assistance through our pediatric feeding clinic, rest assured they are in great hands. As moms, dads, sons, and daughters ourselves, we know how important family is. Taking care of your family is just as important to us as taking care of our own.
Thanks for making us part of your community, your health, your life. Floyd Valley Healthcare.
Gangler Feed Service in Remsen is your complete farm store. We feed all farm species, and we're a Hubbard, Kent, and big game dealer. Whether it's sprayers, grain banking, corn drying, or feeding your animals, we're your complete farm store, and service is our business. Gangler Feed Service in Remsen. Call them at 786-2234 or stop in and see them. Service is our business at Gangler Feed Store, Remsen.
All right, welcome back to Hawk Football post-game. Just a recap of the game. First quarter, Fish was a 6-yard touchdown run with an extra point. Blocked punt by Koink and Jackson on the recovery for 13-0. Ortman to Willman on a 5-yard touchdown pass, making the score at the end of one, 19-0. Second quarter picked up with a 33-yard Ortman to Fish connection, making the score 25-0. 11-yard TD run by Fish with the extra point. 2-yard TD run by Schrader, and then a 2-yard TD Ortman to Willman, making the score 52-0 at the half. Third quarter opened up with a Fish kickoff return to the house. Brady Koink on a 2-yard TD run, making the score 66-0. And the fourth quarter was a 15-yard touchdown pass to the young kids, Keaton Harpenall to Landon Walshman. The total plays for the Hawks were 31-32. Total yards, the Hawks had 311, Siouxland Christian 19. Passing yards, the Hawks had 200 compared to Siouxland Christian 39. Rushing yards, Hawks had 111 compared to a negative 20 for the Eagles. So the big thing here, turnovers 3 for the Eagles, Hawks had 0. I'm joined here with head coach Tim Osterman. Coach, we talked this morning, and you said, games like this, which is lopsided on paper, you want to see your tools get sharpened offensively, defensively, special teams, and, it looked like they were pretty sharpened tonight. Very few penalties, and just well execution on both sides of the ball. Just talk about your thoughts on tonight's game and what you saw out there.
So, again, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate what you guys do for us, but yeah, I think we had some really good things going for us tonight. There's a couple of things I think we still need to get cleaned up in the run game, but again, the defense gave us a lot of short fields, and that's a really important step whenever you want to play good, sound football, is if you can get short field, give your offense opportunity to score early. I thought our pass game looked really good. I thought Ryan Woolman stepped up, made some big plays, and again, Alex Schrader's kind of Alex Schrader this year. He's just kind of everywhere you need him to be. Brendan Fish ran hard. I thought Cale maybe missed 1 or 2 reads, but other than that, he was right where he needed to be all the time. I thought the offensive line, my hat's off to Hunter Pick and Ty Tritz. I thought they really came out tonight with a good attitude. They really took what we talked about in Chapel this morning to heart. I think they really came out with knowing that this is the step that you have to take. Whether you think you can beat them or not, you have to get a little bit better here. So, and I think we did take a step forward. I thought defensively, Keaton Harpenall kind of jumped off the page with his interception. It was good to have Landon Walshman back in that second half. He'll kind of keep getting more reps, but I think it was a good move. Jackson Bunkers played middle linebacker for us this week. I thought that looked pretty good, and I think Brendan Fish moving to will linebackers looked good for us too. There's just more athleticism you can put out there, better off we're going to be. So Yeah, I was really happy with our attitude the whole game through. I thought we were focused, and that's a big step forward for our team.
Yeah, Coach, you looked good offensively, defense, special teams. Like you said, the O-line looked better, and then that's key. First week they looked better. The second week they looked better. Third week, keeping that momentum into week 4, which is Kingsley Pearson Panthers. Should be a tough matchup, and I know a game that they probably had circled on their calendar for a while now. So, talk about, looking at next week's game against the Panthers.
Absolutely. I mean, Kingsley Pearson is well coached. I mean, Jeff Olson knows what he's doing. He puts himself in good position all the time. And their kids play extremely hard. So if we come out slow in that game, we're going to get jumped on pretty quickly. And we're going to have our work cut out for us no matter what. They've got a lot of seniors, got a lot of kids on that team, and they're really talented. So we're gonna have to really put our heads together this week and come up with a decent plan to try to attack them, and hopefully we can be successful next week.
Perfect. Well, Coach, congratulations tonight, going to a 3-0 start to the season. I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank everyone for listening. Also want to thank Jim Wesselman for the camera and Zach Arnold alongside of me. Eagles will be on the road next week at Glidden. Ralston Hawks will be home versus the Kingsley Pearson Panthers. Your final score tonight, Remsen St. Mary's Hawks 73, Siouxland Christian Eagles 0. So long from Ryan Hayek.
One more time live, and then firm.